Okay, you know how they always tell you, like, oh, you don't have to be a genius to be rich and successful. Sometimes it's the simplest ideas, like silly bands. They always use silly bands as the example. And why is that? Probably because it was a fucking fluke, okay? Because I'm gonna burst your little bubble. Sometimes you do have to be a fucking genius. And I know that because when I was in high school, I went to this camp called Camp Enterprise. And it was basically like an entrepreneur camp for high school kids. And it was serious business. Like, you get there, you get put in a team, and you have to come up with an invention. But then it has to pass like all these different tests with like these boards of, you know, experts and patent tests and cost of manufacturing. It has to be like a real thing. And then you present it to a board of judges and you like win a scholarship, okay? Well, my team, given not the best idea, but we came up with like a bathroom cabinet door that doubled as a magnifying glass for like old people who can't read their prescription pill bottles. They could like see what it was when they, whatever. We lost. We got like last place. But the winning team basically consisted of this one dude, okay? It was all him. He was a fucking genius. He was top of his class. He got a perfect score on the ACT, and all of us knew that. That was going around. He ended up getting like a scholarship to MIT, and I think he went to work for fucking NASA, okay? But don't quote me on that. I don't actually know. Regardless, he also had an obscure knowledge of like the agricultural industry. So he knew that at the time, this was 2017, that if a farmer was having problems with his farm, say like his crops were dying or something was wrong, he would have to take a sample of his soil basically and ship it off to a lab somewhere. And it could be like weeks before he would get the results back and know what was wrong with his soil. So by that point, all the crops were already dead. It was too far gone. So he invented basically like an at-home COVID test for soil. So you could test it right then and there, and it would diagnose what was wrong with your soil, and you could treat it before you lost all your fucking crops, dude. That's not a silly band's idea. You had to be a fucking genius for that shit. He ended up getting a huge scholarship, and they like made it a real fucking thing. But that just goes to show you can't always just be an idiot and get rich.